Real? I know you're still there at the Forsaken Fortress. Don't worry. I will save you soon enough. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Josh again. Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we traveled to Great Fish Isle, only to find it destroyed by Ganon's minions. And then we met up with the pirates on Windfall Island to get some bombs. And then we used those bombs to go here to Outset so that we could go see Jaboon and get the last of the sacred pearls, Nehru's Pearl. Anyway, in this episode, before we go head off to where we're supposed to place the pearls, it seems the mailbox is jumping at us again, so let's go ahead and see what we got.
The adventure continues!
Can I check the mail, please? Okay, there we go. Good evening! I have a letter for you. I'm sorry to disturb you with this unsolicited letter. The following does not interest you. Please throw the letter away without a second thought. But this is your big chance! Do you have need of an empty bottle, a piece of heart, or a treasure chart? We have them at special bargain prices. But we only have one of each! If you're interested, go to Rockspire Island. First come, first serve. I can't wait to serve you. To those who took the time to read this letter, please accept my humble thanks. And it gives us a green rupee. It's worth 1 rupee. Better collect lots of them. So yeah, that was from the cheapskate Beetle. He's telling us to go to the shop ship near Rockspire Isle, which is an island we haven't been to yet. And we're probably not going to go there for quite a while. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play the Wind's Requiem. And set the wind direction to where our first of the Triangle Islands is, because we're going to go into all 3 of the Triangle Islands. So we're going to be setting the wind direction to the northeast. And like I said, if we come up on any new islands and it's safe for me to, I'm going to try to get the map fish and see if we can just record that square on our map. Alright, now coming up on this square. This square is 1 square northeast of Outset Island. So this specific square is Shark Island. Because you can kind of see it's shaped like a shark. You can call him one of those cyclones. The deity Cyclos is in there. You gotta have something that can hit him from a distance. And we can get that item when we complete our next dungeon. Which is actually, after we set the Triangle Islands, that's gonna be our next destination. Our 4th dungeon. Alright, coming up on this square, I got a little sidetracked because this island is actually pretty important. It's not required, but I highly recommend you go to this island because it is 1 square east of Shark Island. This is Southern Fairy Island. It's funny how it kind of looks like an upside-down heart. Yeah, because all the fairy islands are shaped like hearts. Okay, blah blah blah. Alright. So now we're gonna, like, cruise back over here because if we actually go in this fairy island, we can try to find another great fairy, kind of like we did on Outset Island. Except this particular great fairy will give us a different upgrade. I'm also going to get out my bombs because we'll need it to gate entrance. Also, if I'm lucky, there should be... Oh, I keep forgetting it's not throw. It's lay down. Okay, where is the special enemy around here?
Kaboom!
Okay, there you go. Blew up the entrance. Okay, where's that special enemy? Yep, there it is. A blue choo-choo. So they are electrotized, or electrified, I should say. Sorry. You have the grappling hook on them, and you can steal a blue Chew Jelly, a new kind of Chew Jelly. Now, there are 15 blue Choo-Choos that you can find around the Great Sea. This is one of them. I believe there's 1 blue Choo-Choo on each of the fairy islands. But anyway, now going into this area, since we had to use bombs to get in here, you can kind of guess what's going to be upgraded here. So this is our 2nd Great Fairy. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. Blowing the shiny rose petals again. What do we get this time? Another purse! Except this time, we're gonna carry our bombs in it, so it's gonna be a manly purse. You can now bring 60 bombs whenever you go. Alright, so now that we got our bomb bag upgraded, and I think that's going to be all the distractions on our way to where we're supposed to be heading to next. So I'm going to go ahead and reset the wind direction to make it go north this time. Because our first triangle island is just north of here. I also don't know why the King of Red Lions is all the way over here. Come on, King. Let's go set sail to this first triangle island. We are now coming up on our first of the triangle islands, Southern Triangle Island. I've already got the mapfish for this location while heading to Greyfish, so I don't need to do that. So you head up to the statue up here. You notice it starts glowing when you have the correct pearl here. Wandering traveler who seeks the guideposts of the goddesses, place the pearl you hold here. And this is where Nehru's pearl goes. Place Nehru's pearl in the ancient statue's hands. 2 pearls remain. Alright, so now we gotta go place the other 2 pearls while avoiding these sea hats. So next, we're gonna be heading further north next. Now we're gonna be heading to Northern Triangle Island, which is just 2 squares north of here. Alright, we are now coming up on our second of the Triangle Islands. We are now at Northern Triangle Island, which is 1 square south of Windfall. Stupid sign. So now for our second statue. This is where Din's Pearl goes. Place Din's Pearl in the ancient statue's hands. 1 pearl remains. Alright, all that's left is Farore's Pearl. So in order to set there, we gotta head to the last of the Triangle Islands. We also gotta set the wind direction. What? Play the song right. Okay, set the wind direction to the southeast. Alright, now coming up on this square. This square, again, a little bit sidetracked, but this is important. The square is actually 1 square east of Northern Triangle Island. This is Eastern Fairy Island. Yes, this is the second of the Fairy Islands. Yeah, it's telling you about something we're gonna do later. Alright. So next, it's time for us to cruise to Eastern Fairy Island. And there's another Korok that has a sprout that is dying. Anyway, just lay another bomb right next to this big rock guarding the entrance.
Kaboom!
And there should be another blue chew jelly. Yep. Thank you. And that's the second blue choo-choo. And now going to see our third great fairy. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. I don't know why, but I kind of like the design of the great fairies in this one. More shiny rose petals. And she gives us an even bigger bomb bag. We can now carry 99 bombs wherever we go. So with that, our bomb bag is now at max upgrade. So with those 2 upgrades, you can achieve your wildest dream of becoming Bomberman! But anyway, now that we're done getting sidetracked, it's time to head to the last of the Triangle Islands. So we're going to be heading to Eastern Triangle Island next. Alright, we have now made it here to the last of the Triangle Islands. This one is Eastern Triangle Island. To reach Bomb Island, head south from here. You don't think I know that stupid sign? Hi. Anyway. So the last of the pearls goes here. This is where Feroro's Pearl goes. If you notice the statues we've been to, the first one had a mouth, a blue one. The second one had a nose, sort of reddish. And this one has ears. And is sort of yellowish. So yes, this is actually a Pikmin reference. Just these 3 statues alone. Anyway, placing the final pearl. You place Feroro's Pearl in the ancient statue's hands. Now just watch this. Goodbye. There's that familiar symbol. And behold, our 4th dungeon has appeared. Splat. I like how the King of Red Lions was able to make it that far with no sail, considering he had to sail like a whole square to get here. So that's pretty impressive. This tower, which the pearls of the gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of the ancient world prepared, so that they might test the courage of men. What about women? What about children? Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil. Link, that which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced. And you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods. Unfortunately, the wind's not facing the correct way, so we're slowly going to be sailing into our next dungeon. Alright, here we go. Starting our 4th dungeon in the game. The Tower of the Gods. And the funny thing is, this is the only dungeon which you can actually take the King of Red Lions into. So, first things first, you'll notice the water is rising and falling in this dungeon, and that's going to be important here. You also want to use your bombs to blow up these walls. And lo and behold, that is the only reason you need the King of Red Lions. Yeah, I know. Now, I'm only cruising in here. You're probably thinking, like, why are you doing that? You should be using the sail. Why aren't you using the sail? Well, guess what? We're indoors. There's no wind here. Thus, you can't sail. Anyway, the first thing you want to do is you want to go over here. But I gotta wait for the water level to go down. Alright. So starting in here. And now we got electric choo-choos. And they can be quite the jerks. So, first things first, use your bomb to blow up this wall. And what's kind of funny is, even though they're electric choo-choos, they don't electrify the water. Because you think that would be deadly. Anyway, in this first treasure chest, you will get the dungeon map! One of the 3 items you get in any Zelda dungeon. And now more electric choo-choos have spawned. Crap. Yeah, these electric choo-choos are annoying. Avoid their ambush and go around them. Okay. So next, we're going to use the King of Red Lions to cruise over here. You'll notice there's a glowing pressure plate, and there's also these statues here that you can pick up and set on the pressure plates to open the gates. Yeah, one thing I like to do about the electric choo-choos is you can use the boomerang to stun them. So you want to go ahead and set this box on this pressure plate, and it creates a light bridge. Or it did until the water just rose. So now I have to wait until the water level goes down for the bridge to come back up again. Magical bridge to heaven. No, I'm kidding. Instead, it just leads you to this podium that you can pick up. And you want to quickly take it out of this dungeon, out of this room. You go and place this blue podium over here. When you do, that giant gate opens. It's time to head back on the King of Red Lions so we can cruise over there. So coming over here. Look at that. 2 pressure plates and 2 statues. I wonder what we have to do. Alright, so going through here. You're kind of going to have to do something else. So you'll notice these sticks and you notice there's torches on the other side that have to be lit. Well, you kind of use these crates to get across, but you kind of notice they don't form a perfect kind of way to get around. So you'll want to take this particular box here and just kind of move it into place. Okay, now that these 4 boxes are in a straight line, you'll be able to do what you need to do. You want to light one of these torches on fire. Yeah, I think the water level's about to... Yeah, the water level's about to go down, so... So for now, I'll just keep the torch in the fire just to keep it lit. And when the water level rises, you want to cross over and light those 2 torches on the other side. Okay, light both of these. And another treasure chest appears. And inside you get a small key! 1 of 2 in this dungeon. Of course, those electric choo-choos trying to ambush you. Alright, back to the King of Red Lions we go. Now that we've gotten the small key, we want to head to the other side of this dungeon, where we blew up those walls. We want to head to this specific wall over here, considering that's usually where the water level will let you get to. Okay. Got some more electric choo-choos. Like I said, Boomerang is your friend against those guys. Now going in here, we have another new enemy. Bubbles. Basically, flaming skulls. So, we're gonna use the Deku Leaf to cool them off. And then you start slashing away at him with your sword. I think he only takes 2 hits. Then in this room, you will get... the compass! The second of the 3 items you get in a Zelda dungeon. There is also something else in this room, but unfortunately we won't be able to get it until we come back with the main item of this dungeon. So for now, we're gonna have to skip out on it, but we will come back to this later. There's also another pot of sticks. If you take one of these sticks, if you light it on fire and then go down below to light the other torches on fire, something else will appear. And of course, there's going to be another electric choo-choo guarding you, blocking your way. Light both of those torches, and another treasure chest will appear, although that one's not as important. So, we're going to come back... Come on! Why did I roll into it? Okay, fine. I guess we'll go ahead and get the treasure chest now, since the water level isn't cooperating. Because inside, a joy pendant. Woohoo! So now we're gonna go into this locked door with our small key. Now you want to defeat all the choo-choos in this room. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't use your boomerang while the water level is raised. The last one, and they're dead. And after you beat all of them, it's a magical stairway to heaven. Look at that, another podium. Except this one's a pinkish, reddish podium. So as soon as the water level goes down, take the podium out of this room, then go back upstairs, place the podium here. When you do, close the middle waterfall and open the left and right ones so that the water level will keep flowing up and down. And now the middle one is closed, you can actually go into the doorway it was closing. Okay, that was a little bit weird. The water level just instantly rose and fell. Or rose and fell, I should say. Anyway, moving on. There's this doorway here. So going through here, we'll be able to make it up to the second floor of this dungeon. This dungeon is a total of 4 floors in size, except for... Well, technically the last floor is considered where the boss is. So you notice there's 3 pressure plates here now. And of course, there's also some rats here. In the middle, there's a new enemy, Beamos, which will try to hit you with its laser eye. So you kind of want to stay near the edges of this room so that the Beamos doesn't hit you. And unfortunately, they have deadly accuracy. Boomerang to get rid of that rat. Okay. Okay, that's one statue. Okay, get the second statue. Okay, step on the third one. And that'll activate these platforms. So now you'll be able to get to the second floor. Alright. Oh, don't roll under the door. Okay, now coming up here, this is kind of the main hub of the dungeon. So first we're going to go over to the right, because this is the only door that's open. Of course, another electric choo-choo. Ah, I fell. Okay, and then use this platform to go across, and more electric choo-choos. Kind of weird there's this light platform here. Anyway, you go to here, go up to it, and press the ZR button. Come on! Like one of the only links that actually talks, instead of just grunts. Anyway, this statue will appear, and what you want to do is you kind of want to let it follow you through this somewhat of a maze, because you can try to carry it, but you can't carry it across that platform, because it kind of blocks you. Or mostly it blocks the statue, so you want to kind of lead it around. Thankfully this platform is kind of see-through, so you can kind of see where you need to go. Once you've gotten past it, you can now pick up the statue. And you'll need to take it with you back to the middle room. Okay, once we take it back to the middle room, it'll automatically go to its place. Once you take the first statue back, this appears. And you'll notice it kind of has some symbols similar to the Wind Shrine. Well, guess what? We're about to learn our second song in this game. So let's pull out the Wind Waker. And this one is in 4x4 time, so hold the left control stick to the left while doing this. Left, center, right... Oh, come on. Left, center, right, center. The command melody. And that is the song you just learned. The command melody. And as soon as you learn it, the other two doors open. Well, one of the doors opens. My kin wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. And because you learned the song, that thing is no longer needed. Alright, so the door to the left is now opened. So we're gonna go after this statue next. I got some more bubbles. Need to get out my grappling hook for this one. Actually, I kinda wanna lure this guy over here because it can be annoying. Oh. Also, if you ever catch on fire, just do the roll move and it'll get rid of it and the fire effect. Or the fire status effect. Stupid bubble had to be getting in my way. Anyway, now I need to use the grappling hook again. Swing across. Now. Come on! But you'll also notice something. Statues can't use grappling hooks here. So, how are you going to get them across? Well, you'll stand on this pressure plate, activate a light bridge, and play the song you just learned. So play the command melody. And now, it's glowing green. That shows that Link's mind is inside of it. So yes, you can control the statue. You can hop all the way across. Once it does, you don't need to stand on this anymore. And instead, just use the grappling hook for yourself to get across. Okay, back in this room, set the statue on this pressure plate. And that will open that door over there. And we will need to go to that door over there. Shut up, King of Red Lions. You're trying to use the target system, but it doesn't seem to let me do that very well here. Oh, whoops. And of course, the statue just moves back to its original place. So gotta set it back down again. I think the only reason I'm actually sucking right now is because my capture card's offset, so blame that. Okay. Come on. Use the grappling hook on this. And now you want to swing to this side. And then going through here, you're going to want to get your boomerang out, because we're about to fight the mid-boss of this dungeon. So here we go. Another new enemy. Alright, so starting with this new enemy, this thing is called a Dark Nut. They are heavily armored at first, but if you can hit that string on their backs, you can get rid of their armor. One of the best ways to do that is to wait for the counterattack. You can also get rid of their helmet that way as well. And when they don't have their helmet, they're extremely weak to the boomerang. Okay, so hit the string on their backs, and then use the grappling hook to steal their Knight's Crest. As if they'll let you. Okay, give me the Knight's Crest. Now start slashing away at him. And they can do hand-to-hand combat as well. Usually these guys are pretty powerful with their swords. But if you can do their counterattacks right, then you'll be able to get past them. Alright, defeated the Dark Nut. So, you get this treasure orb and you get a few rupees, although I've already maxed up on rupees by now. At least I got the heal. Although, funny thing is, you can actually... Oh, I was gonna say you can pick up his sword and do something, but first we're gonna open this and get... the hero's bow! So the bow and arrow. So hold the button to knock an arrow and release the button to shoot. You start out with 30 arrows, kind of like the bomb bag. Then you can pick up the Dark Nut sword and use it to destroy these stone pillars. And sometimes stuff will come out of them, like rupees. Or some magic recovery. Because his sword is the only one strong enough to actually do this. So now going back in here, I'm going to give you a little bit of the demonstration of the bow and arrow. Go ahead and set it to the X button. It's very useful against those eye switches. Because that'll make it do things. You can also use it to get rid of these bubbles in one shot. There we go. Okay, now let's get the grappling hook back out. Now we gotta go back to that side where the statue was. Alright, you come with me now that the platforms are active. I'm gonna take you back to the middle room. Alright, so that's the second of the statues. And now the final door opens. But now that we've made some pretty good progress in this dungeon, I think this is a good place to end this off here. So, next time on The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD, we are going to go get the last of the statues. We're going to find the 2 treasure charts in this dungeon, and then we're going to head up to go fight the dungeon boss. See See you guys on the water side.